So I finally finished downloading all of my Switch games. This is every single one on my system all at once. I usually keep a 512 in here, but since I bought a second 1 TB for a Steam Deck, I popped it in here so I could actually get all games down at once. A little over 500 gigs in games. But pretty much my system can hold every game, every digital game that I own on here, with the exception of Resident Evil Revelations 2 on a 512. So I thought that was pretty great. This I have physically, so yeah. I don't know if I bought this digitally or not, but maybe I don't have it all. Oh, it's an update. Okay. Well, I'm gonna need that update anyway, so. Anyway. Yeah. Bunch of nice stuff here. Oh, I keep forgetting I own Starlink. But, let's get into here. Yeah, I bought so much of this. I share systems with my daughter. Alright, she has her own Switch Lite, but before the Switch Lite even existed, I shared my system with her, so she would just rip my Joy-Cons off the side. And I would fix them, but eventually they became unfixable, and then I bought more. And then it's just, she was at a much younger age where it was tougher to teach her to not break Daddy's Joy-Cons, but I wasn't going to buy her another regular Switch just for her to break the Joy-Cons. When the Switch Lite was announced, that was great. She still plays it. I also have a Switch Lite of my own as well. And what I'm going to do is, once I'm done dumping all these games, I got the little thing to do. I'm going to finish the process today. It's a bit involved, but it doesn't take too long. I've modded this Switch before in the past to dump games, but then I didn't keep it that way for the longest because I wanted to keep playing the Switch. So I reverted things. So I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm still going to have to use the guide. I'm hoping that, hey, maybe there's been some updates, but if not, there hasn't. By the way, yeah, I'm dumping everything. And I'm going to just, pretty much, since I have all the Switch games on this 1 TB SD card, I should be able to use all these on my PC once I get all the Switch data files and other stuff over onto the Steam Deck and put it into Ryujinx. And then, boom, I got a shitload of ROMs already here. Legally purchased, already owned. I'm going to have to go through the process of dumping all my physical games. I think I have about 30 or 40 of them still. Like, I got as high as 60, and then I started digitizing games, and then I stopped because the GPD Win 2 came out. I was like, okay, this is starting to get interesting. I think I'm going to wait and get the 3. Then the 3 came out, and then, alright, I'm about to buy the 3, and then Aya Neo was freaking announced. And it was like, okay. Something kept being announced, and it's just that the prices were so high to the performance was like, you know what, it took me a while to convince myself to even buy one. And on the exact day I was going to purchase an Aya Neo, the Steam Deck was announced, you know? Like, I love this thing. I love it. It was worth waiting just a bit over a year to get it too. But for the price and the amount of power you have in here, it's definitely worth it. And this is a very beautifully wonderfully made system. And I don't hate the Switch. I hate Nintendo's policies. See, if Sony was in a dominant position and somehow had the same games, you saw what they did with the PSP. You could download games and updates straight from their site. You can back up stuff. I got my comments. Well, I used to have my comments backed up when they stopped, supporting them. I used to have a few other games backed up. But I could still go to Sony's site or to my PSP, download games, and copy them straight over to my computer if I need be. Back them up. Same thing with my game saves. The Switch is the first Nintendo system that's capable of backing up game saves either over Wi-Fi or on an SD card that they choose to not allow to do so. I don't like having my game saves held hostage. For a fucking, Nintendo Switch account, it's only $20 a year, but it's like, why should I pay for it? Why should I pay to be able to back up something? It shouldn't even be legal to offer a consumer device that's capable of backing up user-created unique data and only allowing it to be backed up for money. There should be one free option to do so no matter what. There's not one free option on the Switch. You should be able to back up game saves to the SD cards. They don't want to do it, fine. The fucking 3DS could, on your home network, on the Wi-Fi, you would just go to the network drive that your 3DS could generate, and boom, you could copy over your game saves that way. You can't do that on the Switch. And apparently the Switch's OS is based upon what the 3DS had for a bit. So it's like, Nintendo purposely blocked out free ways of backing up game saves to try to funnel people into, Nintendo Switch Online, and that is shit. I mean, and it also sucks that, you bought Virtual Console games from previous systems. I bought them for Wii, Wii U, 3DS. I also bought some DSiWare games or whatever, and it's fine. All the DSiWare stuff transferred over to 3DS. That was great. All the VC stuff and digital games transferred over to the Wii U. If you wanted to use it in Wii U mode, you had to pay. So it's like, okay, I get that. Okay. It's like, they had to pay money to get it to work or whatever. Just, it should have been free, but you know what? It was just $1 in most cases. So I let it slide. I would have been willing to pay, $1 to get stuff to transfer over to Switch, but they need their online service to go. So they said, fuck maintenance, fuck everything, and I don't want to be held to that, anymore. I don't want to be beholden to that anymore. So I am dumping all my stuff. Like, I'm going to dump everything off of my Wii U later. Like, that's one system I never modded. It's just actually been in a box. Because most of the stuff I played got ported over to Switch, and I bought it or plan to buy it. There's only like 2 or 3 games on there that are not VC games that I need to finish. Primary one that I can think of right now is Xenoblade Chronicles X. But I was really hoping for that to get a Switch port. I'm going to buy Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm so mad I could not buy the special edition. It's the first time I won't have a special edition of a Xenoblade game, but I'm going to give in and just buy a physical copy and call it a day, or I may give in to the scalpers and just buy one that's sweet from them when I get paid. I mean, it's going to suck overpaying for it, but I really love the special editions. I go through the art books. I rip the music from the CDs, and yeah, there's a habit here. Anything I can digitize, I do. I scan in my books. I got a nice scanner off of Amazon. I rip my music. I rip my DVDs and my Blu-rays. And this is not the first time I've dumped video games before. So it's like, this is the easiest it's ever been, though. Well, one of the easiest ever been. I mean, I think the easiest ever been is with the DS systems. Like, those are just great. It's just like, oh, okay, just pop it in and copy. Boom. Dump. Yeah, my DSi, I dumped all the DS games using my DSi. That shit was great. Well, I'm just rambling here now. Hope y'all having a good day. All right, bye-bye.